I think we're alone now. There doesn't seem to be anyone around. Well, all right, you squares. Oh my gosh, it's time for an episode. It's been a little bit since, the holidays got me all crazy, and got everybody crazy. Holidays were a lot. There were some illnesses, like I said, going around, some Heinz 57 bugs. But, the cold came, the freezing cold came. We're talking in Canada. In Canada, we're minus 30 degrees Celsius temperatures in Canada. We were at. It's it was bananas, man. But it came and it killed all the germs, so that was good. We were sick before that. Oh my God, we've had tobogganing fiascos. We've had all kinds of shit happening. The dog might be barking in the background. This episode, I don't know what the fuck's going to go on. I don't know. It's going to be crazy. It's time, though. You know what time it is. It's time for another episode. It's nighttime where I am. Everybody's upstairs. Everything's closed off. Because it's time for another episode of podcast goodness. But definitely not a wholesome part of goodness and a wholesome part of nutrition for podcasts. It's 21st Century Rocker Mom podcast with me, your host, Tandy Candler. So how could it be good for you, really? But it's fun for you. I know you love it. Willie Nelson, I can hear you all the way down the block. My dog wants to come in and be on the podcast. But he hears me. I can hear him lying outside the door. He wants to be the star of the show, but I can't. Willie Nelson is too hyper. Too many cameras and lights and touchy things around. And I got Meatball today, so I know why he wants to be in here today, because he's Team Meatball. I'm fucking Team Meatball. Let's go. I had a crazy couple of weeks, from sick kids, hospitals. Holy fuck, a long December. Honestly, the smell of hospitals in winter, it was really crazy. The amount of hospitals I've been in and the amount of sick people I've had to visit and take care of and so on and so forth. It's been crazy. Family crises, school, weather, closures, it being so freaking cold here that they cancel the recesses and cancel the breaks, and the kids are inside because it's so fucking cold that their skin's gonna freeze in 5 fucking minutes if they go outside. If they let my kid outside, I'd be pissed. So good on the school from keeping them closed. I've been doing stuff school school trips. I'm volunteering on another school trip. I'll tell you about that later. I've had everything going on with working overtime on the podcast, on music, on the grooming company. Everything's been going fast, and it's fast approaching. My birthday's coming up. I've been taking all the tests because I had to take them. I had to get all the physicals, tests, x-rays, pulse, blood pressure, you name it, the hematology, neurology, eye exams, legalities, all those things so I could get my license back. I got epilepsy ruled out completely. No more seizures. I don't want to have any more seizures. They're not fun. It's not good to have a seizure. So, I'm trying to do the deep breath thing. So I've been through it in the last 2 weeks. It's been fucking crazy. I'm not joking. It's been a lot. There's a relationship stress. There's things that everybody gets and normal people get. I'm not gonna not talk about it. I'm gonna normalize it and say that everybody gets it. And I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. You know what I mean? I have stress in my relationship just like anybody else has in their relationship. I have stress with my partner just like anybody else has stress with their partner. Don't sit there and pretend your relationship's fucking perfect, because it's not. Don't tell me that it is. Don't fucking tell me that it is. But that's what I was saying. I'm trying to do this deep breath thing and let go and realize there are some things that are just not within my control, and not within yours either. You can't control them. So I'm just realizing I'm in a complicated relationship with reality, and breaking up with it's fucking difficult because reality bites, man. It does. So I've been binge watching comforting childhood shows to make me feel better a little bit, and reflections of the way life used to be, like China Beach. I'm watching China Beach a lot with Dana Delaney in it, and Chloe Webb's in it. Mark Helgenberg, a very young Mark Helgenberger's in it. If you like redheads, my dad always liked Dana Delaney, and then. This is why I work in music, because MASH, if you don't know that, comforting yet maybe horrifying sort of thing for you. Because when I was a kid, I did not like MASH at all. I was like, no, what is this heap of shit? But then like I got older and I really appreciated the humor of Alan Alda and that whole show and that kind of generation, anything from like the Korean War, the Vietnam War, when there wasn't so much, there was still, but there wasn't so much government overreach. And you could see things from like the field and how things were like going on and how like the government was fucking over like Americans too. Like not just fucking over other countries, but fucking over actual Americans and fucking over like their own people, like while they're in other countries and they're supposed to be supporting them. Didn't happen, right? So like you were seeing this in these war shows, and going back and watching them now is like really fascinating for you. And the humor, especially on MASH, is a medical humor show. So for me, it's funny. And on China Beach, it is too. It's like a, they got triage going on and, quick, acute medical things that they have to deal with in war situations. But it's also got like, drinking and smoking, and it's that time, like I woke up and it was like the 70s, amazing. But I mean, it's not based in the 70s, but like some of it was filmed in the 70s and early 80s, and MASH was obviously the 70s and the late 60s with Alan Alda. But good shows, and like we get this channel, it's called Pluto TV, and my kids fucking hate it because it's like a platform, but it's like a million channels. It's like getting TV like we used to, and there's commercials and everything. So like all the old shows are on that I used to watch when I was a kid. Like I used to watch repeats of shows my parents loved, like Happy Days and like Laverne and Shirley with like Lenny and Squiggy and stuff, and like I Love Lucy and like The Facts Alive, and like Saved by the Bell and 90210 and those, like those kinds of shows. The shit that we grew up watching on, like binge watching as like teenagers. Like my kids can't watch like 90210 or whatever, but like if The Facts of Life's on or Full House or something, heaven forbid's on, I'll put it on and they'll like look at me like I'm like I have two heads. I'm like, what? They're like, the show's kind of funny. I'm like, this is the shit like that I grew up on, so don't dog it until you try it. My friends, I'll tell you, I discovered something as I got my driver's license back, like just like a week ago, really, almost. Like I love driving. Before I used to hate it. I'd be like, I don't want to drive anywhere. Now I'm like, there's like, Tina, will you drive somewhere? And she's, sure, I'll drive somewhere. I'll drive you wherever you want to go. I'll take you wherever you want to go. Like, just depending on the price of gas. Because like, seriously, driving is actually like, I got my freedom back. I got a little bit of independence back. And it's nice to have my license back because it's like, it's a privilege. It's definitely a privilege. And I don't think a lot of people realize that it's like not a right, because like things can happen to you that can endanger other people. Like, and so that it's a privilege to drive, because seizures are fucking scary. Like dying is fucking scary. And I did both, but I'm back, it was a one-off. It was due to, I guess, stress, I think the doctor said. Speaking of privilege, it's crazy to me that I've had a discussion with so many people my age and kids, and I'm talking about people in their 40s, okay? So this is kids. I'm going to open this and crack this bottle and tell you what to assume. Kids under the age of about 25, 28, and how conservative their views are. It's insanity. Like this whole 25-year-old kids on TikTok wanting to like end wokeness and, don't talk about gay people, don't talk about trans people, don't talk about black people, don't talk about Black Lives Matter, don't talk about xenophobia. They want to end wokeness. They're just like, we're going to end this. How old are you? How long have you been on this earth? Like, you got to remember, like, we should be woke. We should have our heads up. We shouldn't accept too much cancel culture. Our ears should be up and open, and our eyes should be sharp and way open. And we should be paying attention to what's going on. Not canceling wokeness. I don't know where these kids are getting these ideas. Probably from their fucking parents who are misinformed at their age, and they're just at that age where they're so conservative, so fucking completely closed off from everything. Let's end wokeness because it's going to ruin the world. But when they don't really know what it means, like being woke is just being like aware of things, being hyper-aware, hyper-vigilant, hyper-aware, self-aware even, I think, when I was that age and younger, we were like screwing, like we were screwing things up because we were like being anarchists. We were screaming to be heard and screaming to be listened to. And we were screaming to get the rights that the kids have now. And now we're going to get sent back into the dark ages when I'm like in my 40s. It's fucked up. This is like, you got to remember, when I was a kid, we were like the kids that like, you know, went to the generation of like, I kissed a girl and I liked it. Like, I mean, we were watching Rocky Horror Picture Show when I was in high school, dressing up in drag. Everyone was dressing up like that and like wearing makeup and theater makeup to go out to the movies and see that stuff. Guys were doing it. Girls were doing it. It didn't matter. We had a lot of androgynous friends that like now would be called like, you know, non-binary, but we didn't fucking have a word for it growing up. We didn't have a word for this kind of stuff. Like it was what it was. It was just people. It was just friends. Now there's a lot of words for it and stuff. And people saying they want to end wokeness and stuff like that. But I'm saying not to end it, because you have to have a word to identify people these days, because no one lets it slide like we used to and just says, oh, you know, that's like a human. No one does. They got to pick everything apart, which is fucked up. It's fucked up. I think it's really fucked up. Like, I'm from the, like I say, I kissed a girl and I liked it age. Katy Perry, kissing girls. I kissed girls all the time for fun, like growing up, whenever. Like, it didn't really matter. But some guy would be like, I'm going to buy you a beer. So our girlfriends, like, we'd all, like, smooch. It'd be fun. We'd have a big smooch fest for beers. We fought hard at, like, an early age for, like, sexual liberation. I'm going to be perfectly honest. I was sexually liberated at probably a really early age. I used to, like, I was talking to my friend about this the other day, so this is like super embarrassing. I used to put up my hand and when I was in grade 5 and go to the bathroom and just like rub one out. Because I was talking to a friend about recording an album with the producer, and we were talking in the control room about what age we all started masturbating. And like the people that I was in the band with were like, oh, you know, they were like a little bit older. And I was like, oh, like grade 5. And they're all like, but the producer didn't think it was weird at all. He was laughing his ass off. He was like, oh my God, I used to do the same thing. I'm like, man, I used to put my hand up to go to the bathroom to go rub one out. He's like, oh, I totally jerked off in the bathroom at school. I was like, fuck, thank God I'm not the only one. Fuck. Hilarious. But like rock and roll, like I was at the age of like, you know, if it feels good, do it, you know, like the sexual liberation, complete sexual liberation. And now kids are so conservative these days. I find it really funny that all the rights that we fought for, they're just like, no, let's just do away with those rights. Like, I think it's okay to tell our partners without shame, and like the partners, not just our like long-term partners, but the people that we're going to be with sexually, like tell them what we like without shame or without the fear of judgment and stuff like that. Like, I think that's kind of ridiculous to feel judged. If you're going to feel judged by your partner or like ashamed for what you like, and like everybody's got their kink, you know, man, like everybody's got their kink, right? Everybody likes what they like. I tell you this a million times. You like what you fucking like. And everybody has their kink. And you should be able to come to a partner, whoever you're sleeping with, you know, without judgment. And if you can't sleep with anyone who's not going to, you know, judge you, go fuck yourself. Because at least that's sex with someone you love. Jesus Christ. Like, we rallied for being not stuck up sexually, like around, you know, this for years. Like, especially as teenagers and stuff, and being free with like love. Maybe it was like another hippie love generation. But like, I mean, I have friends that still to this day, like I kiss on the lips. Like, it freaks a lot of people out. They're like, you kiss your friends on the lips? Like some of my friends that I've known for like long enough, when we see each other, we've seen each other like in a stupid, like a long ass time. Oh, we'll kiss each other on the lips. Like, it doesn't matter. We're just close friends, I guess. We're, I guess, secure enough in our relationships that this is all, you know, okay. You know, some people get all pissed off and ultra conservative about that shit, but they're not about this life, which is cool. But, you know, keep that to yourself. I don't want to hear about it. You know, you're not going to tell me how to live my life. I'm not going to tell you how to live yours. I'm not going to tell you to stop being ultra conservative and come on over to the dark side and just like chill the fuck out. Do what you got to do. I don't care what you believe in. It's not my intention here to change your belief or whatever your belief system is. I'm talking about mine. It's whether you believe in it or not, that's up to you. I'm just here to talk about it. But like I say, I don't like let you know who I take to bed. And I don't care who you take to bed either. I don't care who fucking enters you while you're watching the fucking evening news or who you enter while you're watching the evening news. I don't give a shit. You think I care about that stuff? Speaking of in my bed lately, I had a cheat night recently. A cheat night. Not like a cheat day. A cheat night. This is much more scandalous. What's a cheat night? Everyone was asking, what the fuck is a cheat night? It was a cheat meal like night that I ordered like 3 different kinds of fast food. It was redonkulous. I had so much shit. I had to do a lot to work that one off. Holy shit. Like physically, like, oh my God. A cheat night was like crazy. And so it was just like, I'm trying to cut my carbs because I'm trying to stay lean and mean because I'm trying to be gigging on the side, like in bands to make money on the side. Like and things that I'm doing that are fun, right? Like beard company makes money. That's fun. And then then gigging, like that's fun. Like anything with music that I can do, but I haven't gigged live in a long time. Playing for stuff and projects, yeah. Doing voiceover, yeah. I've done all that stuff. But gigging live and playing for money live, that's different. And being a performing musician, that's different too. So going back to that, being in a lean, mean cuisine position is good. So I'm eating like steaks and stuff every night. And like mushrooms and like edamame and living on stuff like that. But so I had a cheat night. Got weird. I watched some Survivor, man. Got crazy. I ate all the fast food and I fell into a fast food coma like Snow White. And I needed True Love's kiss or something to wake me up. Nothing was waking this bitch up. Nothing was happening. Even True Love's kiss was not going to wake it up. I couldn't sleep. I was just like, I felt like I'd been out smacking bitches, but I've been out like wrestling in the snow, shoveling the driveway, because like we like split that in our house. I was shoveling the driveway and just working my ass off. So that made me like tired. Like, what can I say? I've been slugging work like crazy. Snow, I will say I definitely got a face fucking full of it because Rob made like a big ramp. Our backyard's on quite the hill. So we had a big ramp for the kids to go down for tobogganing. And so they could sled down the hill. And it was fucking huge. So I'm like, I'm going to go down this first. Make sure it's safe. Mom's going to test it's safe because it's safety first around here. And as you probably saw on Instagram, I fucking dumped it fucking hard. Like face and mouth first into the snow. I didn't make it as short. I think Rob's got it on his channel. It was a short. A mouth first. Like I did it on TikTok and I put it on Instagram. Oh my God, I ate snow so hard. I think I'm going to eat snow a lot more this winter. I have a feeling it's going to happen. I have a feeling it's going to get caught on tape. So I've been, I got the snow hill all warmed up for the kids. And I ate snow so much. So I've been coming in and like when I'm warming up, I've been playing guitar and bass and piano and singing a little bit and recording a little bit, doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And playing instruments for band tryouts and like also like partially playing like getting ready for playing with like other people again and stuff because I've been playing a lot like for myself and like for like tracks that I'm doing. But like when my kids aren't sick and other people's kids aren't sick, then we get together and we play. And of course, like I've got auditions in for bands, just doing hired gun stuff. Well, that's just hired gun stuff. But you got to be sharp, especially when you're playing with other people. Fight me, honestly, fight me, fight me, fight me, fight me. I had a fight the other day on Instagram. See this pop that I got? I went to the Sweet Life Candy and Pop Shop. Sweet Life Candy and Pop Shop is in London, Ontario. They have a few locations actually. And they were on Planet Cool Stuff with me when I did that episode on episode 10. Planet Cool Stuff. I don't know if you caught that. But it was super cool. They had all kinds of soda. They had like a Bin Laden soda. They had Saddam Hussein. They had Joseph Stalin soda. They had Kim Jong-un, some explosive soda, and that. But I found the Monkees. It was like so tame. It's banana nuts. So I want to try it. It's actually awesome. It tastes like a banana nut muffin. I'm going to keep that for later because I'm going to need it because hot sauce. No, I had some like crazy things that were going on this week. I got in a fight with a bass player of Green Day's wife on Instagram. Why? Because I'm a Swiftie and I came to get her. Oh, shit. Well, it all goes a bit like Joe Coy made. Joe Coy, Chelsea Handler, who's a piece of shit. He's her ex-boyfriend. Also a piece of shit. So, They're not fucking anymore. But Joe Coy is hosting an award show. I'm not going to say which one it is, but I'd like to thank the Academy for having the worst fucking host ever. Joe Coy makes a joke about Taylor Swift. And it's just like, he's making jokes about the Barbie movie too. And he's really being misogynistic and taking a stab at women. Generally. Just being a cunt. Literally, I don't say that people are being cunts often, but he's a cunt. So, I get in a fight with the Green Day bass player's wife. Her name's like Batman's mom or some shit on fucking Instagram. Hilarious. Hilarious. So she's going back and forth with me and bitching about how Joe Coy is like funny. I'm like, well, if it was a joke, I'd laugh. And she's like, oh, it is funny, honey. Learn how to take a joke. I'm like, you're going to like sit there and you're going to tear down other women and like defend misogyny? Cool. Like another woman who's a misogynist who shits on women or people that present as women. Fuck all the way off. I don't give a fuck who you're married to and whose dick you hopped on. You're a dick hopper. You're like a third wife. What are you now? Get the fuck out of here. So, you know what? Try me, bitch. Not today. It's the year of the dragon. Roar! And I'm fucking here, man. I'm here for all of it. Taylor is already like taking flack from like the Buffalo Bills. But like I'll tell you, because like she's been distracting people at football games. I'm going to tell you what Taylor Swift and I have in common. We both don't give a flying fuck and we blow a kiss. Like that. It's kind of like to say, blow it out your fucking ass. It's kind of funny. It's like, it's a really nice way of saying it. It's like when you say, oh, bless your heart. You know, I know a lot of people say that and they mean it in a very sarcastic manner. Because holy fucking hot sauce, man. I'll tell you. I went by the studio the other day where we made Spit with Kitty. So I got a lot of old ideas in my head and doing silly stuff at the studio, which we used to do. And I went to the Polish Deli the other day. And like it's all in like the same like couple blocks. So that was how I got to the candy shop with the Polish Deli. And I took my oldest son with me and he was so surprised by the amount of hugs I got from all the Polish ladies there. And he's like, Mom, how do you know all these people? I'm like, because they're like kind of like distant family. And he's like laughing his ass off. So he went out and bought like, you know, $25 worth of like different sliced cheeses and like $80 worth of meat. My kids are crazy with that kind of shit. And they love those like meat snacks and stuff because we're Polacks. But like, I'll tell you, I had to get, when we went to the candy shop, I had to get the Monkees soda because holy shit, Batman. When I was like a teenager, I had a crush on Mickey Dolenz from the Monkees. And he was the one that I thought was cute. I love Davy Jones because of his voice and everything. It's because I'm short, isn't it? And it's because I'm short, isn't it? But I loved Mickey Dolenz. And so when we were in Kitty, we were in New York City and we got stuck in an elevator. We're going up in the elevator. It was just not stuck, but like we were in an elevator for a long time. We were like up on like the 40th floor. Like it was a long ride up. Who walks in the elevator but Mickey Dolenz from the Monkees? And he's like old and stuff. And I'm like a teenager. But like, holy shit. It was hilarious. He was so nice. He didn't say much, but he was super friggin' nice. And I was just so enamored to be in an elevator with Mickey Dolenz from the Monkees. It's so cool. So I had to buy this soda. I didn't want to buy So Damn Insane or Kim Jong-un or Osama bin Laden. Put that shit in a cave. I will see what, I don't know what that would taste like. I don't know. Tears? American tears? Not good. Which dictator would you pick? I didn't pick any. Cheer up, Sleepy Jean. I picked the Monkees because, seriously, I don't know. My birthday's coming up, and, you know, it's some crazy spins around the sun. 41 crazy spins around the sun is coming up for me. And my birthdays are always weird because I have very unrealistic expectations for my birthdays. And I always expect them to be, like, great, and they never turn out great. They just don't. It's just something that happens with my birthday, and I'm really, like, open about it. It's like, what do you want for your birthday? I'm like, well, I want my dad. I want a Hofner Beetle bass. I want world peace. I have really unrealistic expectations for my fucking birthday. It's ridiculous. So, you know, anyways, I just, whatever. I'm going to just get my tattoos on my hands, my piece for my dad and my piece for my kids. That's good. I'm releasing my first infused oil and butter with the company, so that's cool. And so I have some things that are joining the main line in my like shop and stuff like that. So that's cool. I've been working a lot in the grooming shop. And like I said, we've been doing lots of things. Like I said, we had some tobogganing injuries this week. The tobogganing injuries were my daughter going down the hill and she's thinking that she could go down the hill face first and see what it was like. Now I'm going to see if I can get any injuries this week. I got this like random box of hot sauce that I have not opened yet. We're going to just go through some funny names and see what they're called. And see if I can dip some jalapeno, some meatballs in them and see what happens while I tell you these stories. But seriously, I've got a note on my book here that says bruises equal a medal of honor. Because when I was a kid, this is what I told my kid, like all my kids, like I always told them when we were kids, we used to wear our bruises when we fell down and like got smacked. Because my daughter, like it was like fence versus kid, fence 1, kid 0, hardcore. She smacked into it, like she got it good. It got her good. And it was not fun for her. It was not a good time. She screamed a lot. She's okay, thank goodness. But like, it was not fun. So I said, we used to wear our bruises like a badge of friggin' honor because we were little assholes when we were kids. Like I was. I don't know if you were a little asshole, but I was a total little asshole. Oh my God, these have some fucking funny names on them. Hot damn, that's extreme. Cayenne. Extra hot cayenne. Hot habanero. Apple whiskey. Okay, this one I want to try just because it sounds good. So while I try these fucking sauces, I'm going to get the ones I'm going to try here. Apple whiskey. Wow, you come with me. We got ghostly extreme hot sauce. Okay, let's try that. Woo! We got garlic and herb hot sauce. Sounds like a band. Amber taste. What's that? Cilantro. Garlic arbol. Cayenne bacon. Oh, that sounds hot. Sweet and spicy ghost pepper. Okay, let's try these. Because I got like 50 in here to try, so like let's try these. I gotta put these down and be careful. I gotta be real careful. Woo. I gotta make sure nothing happens to my little friends. Like in small batch news, like I say, y'all hear about Stevie, and I'll see all my bearded friends in August in Ohio. So I got lots of hot sauce because the Buckeye competition, I don't know if they're going to have a hot sauce competition this year, but I hope they certainly do because that's not anything you want in your beard, but you might want it in your mouth. I got cayenne bacon from Phil's Hot Sauce. We're going to try this first. And I thought, why, as a lady, do I have like a beard and a grooming company and you know, why do I take care of mostly my audience online is men? Why do I do that? I thought about that the other day and I thought, well, like who spends a lot of time in the bathroom taking care of like their hair and all that stuff? Like chicks, because husbands are always like bitching, and especially in like heterosexual relationships, husbands are always bitching about how often their wife's in the bathroom and how long she's taking and whatever. I literally thought about that one day and I was like, you know, this is why I do what I do, because thin, but it'll do. Trying beard oil. Whoop! There goes a meatball. Those are my dog. But like, it's why we do what we do. Because I want to know, you know, what works for your beard. Cayenne and bacon. Not bad. It's like 3 out of 10 hot. What else we got? And like, I don't know. This is kind of like rock and roll, and beards are kind of like what I'm good at. There are two things that I know how to do really well. Is take care of people's hair and their beards and their body because of chemistry. I know how to do rock and roll. So I just put those two worlds together. And a rockaholic was born, you know what I mean? Let's try this one. This is the apple wool and whiskey one. No, viscosity's better on this. This one's saltier. Not too much of a burn. It's got after like black peppery burn on the end. It makes your throat feel like it's a bit dry. Not hot though. Now you know why I drink the craft soda. Now, what can I say here? I realized quickly, like, when I opened this company, and I've done a lot of things that I can work in the white collar world, and even though I'm schooled in a great many things, that kind of world is not for me. I am kind of like the bohemia sort of forever chick. Like, I don't like working. I found out really early on that I don't like working for other people. I don't like being told what to do. You know, it's very difficult for me to be told what to do. And like when it comes to like the man and like working for the man, I'd rather be sticking it to the man. Like, I don't want to work under anybody. If I'm going to build like a cottage in the Hamptons, I'm going to build a house in the hills, I'm going to build that for someone. I'm going to build that empire for me. And I'm not going to build that for somebody else. And neither should you. You shouldn't be building somebody else's empire. If you're sitting around paying for somebody else's summer house, you better sit around and start fucking thinking about what you're doing. You know what I mean? You better start doing something that you like, that's going to keep the lights on, and maybe do a little bit more than that. Like, keep a little bit more than the lights on. Got one more to go here. Let's open this puppy. I want to see which one of these are hot. Like, these have been moderately hot, like 4 out of 10s, but nothing hotter than a 4. So, are you building somebody else's empire, or are you building your own? Are you doing your own thing? Small, start small, like, you know what I mean? Small batch, anything. You can turn anything into a job. You can turn anything into a potential empire and income. What can I say? Living that artist life is something you take some of the fun out of it by taking like 4 times the pay cut, but you have 4 times more fun, you have 4 times more enjoyment, you have 4 times more love, you have 4 times more compassion that you can put into the actual craft and what you're doing. I just think that's a fair price, dude. Like 4 times more happiness for 4 times like less money equals, to me, excuse me, all the hot sauce makes me burp, a fair trade. Fair, dude. My birthday, you know, with all that, I want people to be good to each other for my birthday. That's what I want. This one's sweet and spicy. I want that. That's a birthday wish. That's attainable, for people to be good to each other. Just like at least the people that I know. Be good to each other. I'm going to be sitting here having fucking hot sauce till my head comes off. This is a sweet and spicy one. We're going to see what this one's like. Well, this one looks a little bit thick. Whoop. Not super sweet. A little bit spicy. A 2 out of 10. We got 3 more. Ghostly extreme. Come on. It's ghost peppers. Don't fuck around. Something's got to be hot. So for my birthday, like I said, I want everybody to be nice to each other. Be good to each other. If that's possible, can you do it? Can you be nice to each other? This one's the hottest of them all at 6 out of 10. But it has no flavor. Just bitterness. Like, it actually tastes bad. Oh, I don't like that for my birthday. Ugh. It was like waking up in Chelsea Handler's bedroom with the taste of Ambien in your mouth. Oh. Terrible. No. No. Ugh, I'm gonna take that jar and throw it in the garbage. It tastes just disgusting. Ghost Extreme. That tastes like shit. Never again. Whoa! It's got an afterburn on it. It tastes like shit though. It tastes so bad. Anyways, like I say, for my birthday, put aside your differences. Be cool to each other. Be excellent to each other, like Bill and Ted say, or whatever. Whew. The hot sauce is affecting my brain. Oh, this one tastes so bad. I've had some hot sauce before, but not one that tastes like shit. Like straight up. So bad. Even the monkey soda can't make it go away. Well, I'm gonna go try to like put some milk on it or something. Something's gotta make this burning go away. You know where you can find me every week. You can find me like all the time. I'm on Instagram. You know I am crazy about the gram. Crazy about it. Like I'm crazy about Taylor Swift. You can find me at 21st Century Rocker Mom. You can find me on TikTok at 21st Century Rocker Mom. I'm streaming wherever you stream on 21st Century Rocker Mom. You can find that podcast anywhere you stream podcasts. I don't care where you stream, but just stream it. And you can find me, my cute little face on YouTube. If you just click subscribe on Tana Candler channel, you can find me there every week, bi-weekly. I'll put a little short on. There'll be something there. Always there's something for you. You just check it out. Probably mini hot sauce challenges. I'm sweating, Jerry. I'm sweating. I'm going to go put the fire out because we didn't start the fire. And I will see you when I'm 41. Life will be so different when I'm 41. And I will see you next time. Have a wonderful couple of weeks. And until next time, I will see you for the next episode of 21st Century Rocker Mom Podcast. I salute you. Be good.